Now first go through the definition. As from the name itself, it is very clear that countable nouns are those which have both a singular and plural forms. Singular, one person, a cow, a boy, a girl, and plural, more than one, many boys, many girls, many students, many cities. It can be used in the singular with a and in the plural with many and with numbers. How can you use countable noun with numbers? 4 people, 7 boys, 10 girls. In this way, we can say we can use countable nouns with numbers also. 10,000 rupees. Now, example, a cow, many books. There are numerous examples. But for instance, only 1 or 2 I am giving you. Now, I have just told that with the change of the spelling S or ES, your meaning is also changed. So be careful for writing S in after noun. See, when abstract nouns appear in the plural, you know abstract nouns are uncountable nouns. Abstract nouns are feelings. But when they appear in plurals, they are countable. Example, kindnesses. See, kindnesses. Kindness is an abstract noun. When we make it plural, that is kindnesses, it becomes act of kindness. Now, provocations. What are provocations? See, S is here. So, cases of provocation. So, in this way, provocation is also an abstract noun. You cannot measure it. But with S, it becomes cases of provocation. When substances are used in plural, you know substances, copper, tin, wood. So, when these are used in plural, they are countable with changed meaning. Now, copper is substance, you know, that is uncountable. But if you write coppers, then it becomes copper coins. Meaning is changed. Wood. Wood means lakdi. Wood is substance. But if you add S to wood, it becomes forest. So, it becomes countable. Now, uncountable noun. As the name suggests, those nouns which we cannot count are uncountable nouns. So, these are the names for abstract ideas, qualities, physical objects that are too small. For example, sand, then rice, then sugar, or too amorphous to be counted. For example, liquids, powders, gases, etc. So, they are uncountable nouns. For example, have courage to win the race. Courage is uncountable noun. Give me some tea. Give me some coffee. Some. So, in this way, you see that uncountable nouns are used. Uncountable nouns do not have plural forms. They are used in the singular with words like some, much, more, etc. The is used to refer something specific, but we don't use a or n. Now, example, some milk, much noise. Now, other examples of uncountable noun, furniture, accommodation, traffic, luggage are all uncountable nouns. Now, abstract nouns have no plurals and so they are uncountable. For example, hope, charity, love, kindness, etc. In the earlier slide, you have known that if kindness becomes kindnesses, and it's an act of kindness, then it becomes countable. But abstract noun itself is not countable. They have no plurals. Name of substances are also uncountable, such as copper, iron, tin, wood, just as I have told you. Now, the difference between countable and uncountable. Name of objects and things that we can count are countables. Name of things that we cannot count are uncountable. Such nouns have plural forms. Such nouns don't have plural forms. Now, some nouns can be used either as countable or as uncountable. For example, the waiter has served 4 teas. Please have some more teas. Here, 4 teas, it has become countable, and more tea, it has become uncountable. Now, for practice, we can write, delete the wrong verb in the following sentences. All his belongings are is lost. Politics are is my favorite study. So here you have all his belongings. You will have to find the exercise. This is just for you, and answer sheet is also here. Alms were given to the poor. These poultry belong to my uncle. Mechanics are is not to his likings. Now the answer is, all his belongings are lost. Politics is my favorite study. Alms were given to the poor. These poultry belong to my uncle, and mechanics is not to his likings. So in this way you are seeing these are plural, this is singular, this is plural, and this is also plural, and mechanics is singular. So what have we learned today? We have learned countable and uncountable nouns. We have learned the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. With the examples, you are now clear about what is countable and uncountable nouns. In the next class, I will teach you some more interesting topics of grammar. Till then, have a good revision. Thank you.